do just that. The Nebraska-based company will superimpose pictures of you on backdrops of Hawaii, the Grand Canyon, other popular places. Your image here. Officials with Fake Vacation say their clients stage their jaunts partly because they want to have travel pictures on Facebook and Instagram, and this seems to be a trend. A study by travel website JetCost surveyed more than 4,000 people. About 10% admitted to putting fake travel pictures on social media.
That is just sad.
Eric's holding his head in disbelief. It's not. It's fake vacation. Your image here. That's our time for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 at 5 starts right now.
Right now at 5, the final man charged in the death of a 5-year-old Beloit boy has been sentenced. We will have the latest from Rock County.
The mayor of Fitchburg says Fitchburg Days is canceled indefinitely. We'll tell you why.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with News 3 Now. More than 1,000 days after a 5-year-old boy was shot and killed in Beloit, the last
was sentenced in court today for his role in the 2016 murder of Austin Ramos Jr. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with what this means for those closest to the case. Adam?
Well, Susan and Eric, Hugo Martinez was given the max sentence today in Rock County Court and will spend the next 15 years in prison and the following 10 in extended stay supervision. He's the 4th and final person involved with the shooting death of 5-year-old Austin Ramos Jr. to be sentenced. Again, they believe that was a mistaken shooting back in 2016. After the shooting, Martinez and 3 other men were arrested. They believed that the car they were shooting at was being driven by a rival gang member. Again, all 4 of those men have been sentenced, and all but 1 have been given the max sentence. Assistant District Attorney Mason Braunschweig prosecuted each one of these 4 cases and opened up to me after court today about what this means for him.
Hopefully today, by knowing that all of them have been sentenced and convicted prior, the families will at least have, as the judge put, a spot to sort of start moving forward in their lives, but they'll never be the same.
Braunschweig says a case like this will always stick with him, and he's not alone in that thinking. Beloit Police Chief David Zabolski told me that this case actually was a pivotal point for the Beloit Police Department as a whole. You'll hear from Chief Zabolski and more from Assistant District Attorney Braunschweig tonight at 6.
We will see you then. Thank you, Adam.
Authorities say they have found what they believe is the body of a 5-year-old Illinois boy who went missing last week, and that his parents have now been charged with the murder. Police say the child's parents, Andrew Freund Sr. and Joanne Cunningham, face murder and other charges in the boy's death. Authorities say the boy's parents reported him missing last Thursday and told officers they last saw him at bedtime the night before.
Once presented with the evidence obtained by investigators, both Joanne and Andrew Sr. provided information that ultimately led to the recovery, what we believe is the recovery of deceased subject AJ. Investigators located what they believe to be AJ's body buried in a shallow grave wrapped in plastic in a remote area of Woodstock, Illinois.
Police reports indicate officers visited the family's home 10 times over the past 5 years, often noting the poor condition there. 7 months ago, someone told police, quote, the family was residing there without power and bad living conditions.
State investigators have named the man and 2 small children found dead at a home in Seymour last week. The Wisconsin Division of Criminal Investigation says the body of 35-year-old Andrew Poppy was found in the house along with 4-year-old Madeline Sampson and 3-year-old Haley Poppy. Investigators say the deaths were the result of an isolated incident, but they have not released more details about how the 3 died.
Let's get a look at your first alert weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti joining us on the weather patio. Gary?
Looks pretty nice out here right now. We've had sunshine for much of the day, although parts of our viewing area, especially down toward the Illinois state line, have had some cloud cover and even a few sprinkles of rain about as far north as Beloit. Those showers now have moved to the northeast and are moving out into Lake Michigan, but a couple of them might have just got the Beloit area, and that was pretty much about it. Otherwise, as we take a look at low temperatures this morning, they were in the upper 30s, so a little colder last night with the clear skies and the lighter winds, but high temperatures so far today have been in the middle 60s for the most part. A few places close to 70. La Crosse has hit 70 so far. And these are current temperatures. You can see they're pretty close to our high temperatures for the day. As we look at our day planner for the overnight hours into tomorrow, look for clear skies for tonight. Temperatures will drop into the mid to upper 40s by tomorrow morning, so it won't be quite as chilly. And then tomorrow we'll see variably cloudy skies, perhaps a few showers. Our high temperature topping out at 68. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Crews are responding to a fire in Cottage Grove. Dane County Dispatch says it happened around 2:45 this afternoon in the 4600 block of Lotus Lane. The fire caused extensive damage to the home. The roof has collapsed, and the damage seems to have extended to the rest of the home. Cottage Grove, Sun Prairie, Deerfield, and Marshall fire departments are responding. Officials say they are not reporting any injuries at this time.
U.S. Marshals have arrested the man wanted for a shooting at Rooney's Pub in Beloit earlier this month. Beloit police say 26-year-old Daniel Blackshear was arrested in Indianapolis for the shooting. According to the City of Beloit Police Department, a 36-year-old man was shot inside Rooney's on April 14th. Police say that man suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
A Platteville man has died after a two-vehicle crash in Grant County. Deputies say it happened around 5:15 Monday morning in the intersection of highways 80 and 81. The sheriff's office says 49-year-old Jose James from Milwaukee was traveling westbound on 81 when he did not see a stop sign and drove through the intersection at high speed and hit the driver's side of a vehicle driven by 62-year-old Gilbert Trinnell. James was not injured. The Grant County coroner pronounced Trinnell dead at the scene. This is the third fatality in Grant County in 2019. The crash is under investigation.
Emergency crews responded to a crash near the village of Dane in Dane County this morning. Dane County Dispatch says it happened near County Highway P and Wisconsin 113. This is about 7:20, and dispatchers say 3 vehicles were involved. Deputies say no one was seriously injured.
A long-running local festival is no more.
The organizer of Fitchburg Days says it has been canceled indefinitely. Our Keely Arthur shares the reason behind that decision. Keely?
Well, we spoke with both the mayor and organizer Jay Allen. Allen says the event was denied both sound and alcohol permits from the city of Fitchburg, and without those key components, putting on the event is impossible. You may remember last year, Fitchburg Days, which was held at McKee Farms Park, was cut short following arrests and disturbances involving teenagers. Recently, a city committee denied a permit for amplified sound, and on Tuesday, the full council denied an alcohol license. Mayor Aaron Richardson says the problems with the festival involving crime had a lot to do with those decisions.
We've tried to work with the organizer to make some changes, and he's been willing to do those changes, but there still ended up being some issues throughout the year. Like you mentioned last year, there was some problems with breaking into cars.
As you heard there, Fitchburg Days was not a city-hosted event. Fitchburg does help put on a number of other seasonal events like Festa Italia and concerts at McKee, to name a few. Now, Allen said the community is losing its largest event, which drew people from all across the city and was a lot of fun for most of them.
All right, Keely, thank you. In more local news today, crews are moving forward with the next phase of construction along Verona Road. Southbound traffic is now shifted onto the new interchange ramps from Williamsburg Way to McKee Road. The Verona Road and Williamsburg Way intersection is also now partially closed. Only right turns in and out of there will be allowed as crews work to build a bridge. For area businesses like Liquortown, this is something that is directly affecting their day-to-day operations.
This back area, the residents, the neighborhoods, they've kind of kept us going. They've supported us over the years. They've been great for us. But a lot of our business does rely on the traffic that goes out here on Verona Road, getting to and from our sign. So that hurts. You know, we've seen the numbers in the last couple of years because of that.
Now, if all goes as planned and the weather cooperates, this part of the project is expected to last until sometime in July.
The Mifflin Street Block Party will be turning 50 years old this Saturday.
The unsanctioned celebration has had its highs and lows, but as our Chris Lewinberg shows us, no matter what happens, Madison police are ready for anything.
While Mifflin Street Block Party will be celebrating a half-century this year, Lieutenant Dave McCaw is celebrating his 23rd year in attendance as a police officer.
Every year since '96.
From quiet and safe to loud and dangerous, he's seen it all.
Everybody's intention is to go there and have a good time, yet violence happens. Every year since '96, except for 2 years, we've had at least 1 sexual assault. 1 year, as many as 8 sexual assaults at the event. There's been times where every ambulance for Madison Fire has been responded to the Mifflin area.
So he and the special events officers of the Madison Police Department run drills for just about anything. One common scenario in which an attendee needs medical attention could look something like this.
Police, hey, there's a guy down right now. Come on, we're coming in. Okay, we're gonna go check out this guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this your apartment? All right, what do we got? All right, let's go get fire rescue started.
According to city officials, even though first responders are taking precautions, it seems like nothing can take the steam out of this unstoppable party.
Whether or not there's a riot, whether or not a student is almost murdered at the event, it doesn't end the enthusiasm and the tradition that just keeps on occurring again with no sponsor, no organizer.
For Lieutenant McCaw, the biggest priority is simply public safety.
Train it so when it happens, it's not a surprise and people don't have to figure it out as they're going through it. What we would like to do is train every possible scenario and then run through it so once it happens, people are just like, oh, it's just like training.
I'm Chris Loomberg, News 3 Now.
Though there are no street closures planned for the event Saturday, police say expect plenty of traffic in that area.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway announced a new deputy mayor will join her office. Leslie Arantia will oversee aspects of economic development, public health, and transportation. She previously was the director of community relations on behalf of the University of Wisconsin-Madison Chancellor and was an assistant director for the Wisconsin Collaborative Education Research Network within UW-Madison's School of Education.
Protect your identity. Join News 3 Now this weekend. It'll be Shred Fest, offering free document shredding. It's in partnership with Pelletary and the Better Business Bureau. We'll be at Warner Park Saturday, 8:30 to 11 in the morning. So please limit what you bring to 3 bags or boxes per vehicle and let the News 3 Now team help keep your information safe. For more information, just go to channel3000.com/shredfest, or you can get a reminder by signing up for our event on Facebook. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, the president taking on congressional Democrats. What he says he plans to do to stop their investigations.
And an NBA head coach is being accused of sexual assault. What the victim is saying.
The market's seeing red on this Wednesday of trading. The Dow loses 59, the Nasdaq down almost 19, the S&P falls 6, and we'll be right back. President Trump is taking on congressional Democrats.
The president says he's going to fight against Democrat-led congressional investigations. This includes the subpoena of former White House counsel Don McGahn, who was quoted in special counsel Robert Mueller's report more than 150 times. The president says he's complied with the Mueller investigation, and now he's done.
And I thought after 2 years, we'd be finished with it. No, now the House goes and starts subpoenaing. They want to know every deal I've ever done.
He's basically trying to take away the power of the Congress and therefore the power of our constituency. We cannot have this.
President Trump says he will fight impeachment as well, tweeting, "If the partisan Dems ever tried to impeach, I would first head to the U.S. Supreme Court."
New security video shows 2 suspected suicide bombers inside one of the luxury hotels blown up in Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday that killed more than 350 people. Police say the men were brothers, the sons of a wealthy local businessman who is now in custody along with more than 50 others. Foreign intelligence agencies repeatedly warned of an upcoming attack, even up to the final minutes. Sri Lanka's president fired 2 of his top security officials in the aftermath. Authorities believe there could be more attacks.
The woman accusing newly named Sacramento Kings head coach Luke Walton of sexual assault 5 years ago is speaking out. At the time, Walton was an assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors in Oakland. Kelly Tennant was a reporter based in Los Angeles. She says she was hesitant about going to Luke Walton's room in a Santa Monica hotel, but considering their long friendship, she felt she could trust him.
Out of nowhere, he got on top of me and pinned me down to the bed and held my arms down with all of his weight while he kissed my neck and my face and my chest.
In a statement, Walton's attorney calls the accusations baseless, saying the accuser is an opportunist, not a victim, and her claim is not credible. We intend to prove this in a courtroom. Tennant's lawyer says they are seeking unspecified damages from Walton, as well as an apology.
Potentially the last big name is about to enter the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. Sources tell CBS News former Vice President Joe Biden will launch his campaign tomorrow ahead of a fundraiser in Philadelphia. Latest polling shows him ahead of the large field of 2020 Democratic hopefuls at 27%. That's 7 points ahead of Senator Bernie Sanders. At 76, Biden would be the second oldest candidate in what's already a crowded field.
Gary is here now with a look at the weather. Gary?
Oh, we had a nice day today. For the most part, there were a few showers down toward the Illinois state line. You can see this little batch of clouds here just kind of came up from northern Illinois and just kind of skimmed southern areas of Rock County and in southeastern Wisconsin. Those showers are now out over Lake Michigan. There's also another little band of showers well to our north, but those clouds have been really thinning out as they push towards southern Wisconsin. You can see on Doppler track the showers that just kind of skimmed in the areas down toward Beloit, now over Lake Michigan. To our north and west, this little band of clouds, a couple of showers and isolated thunderstorms will reach us tomorrow and perhaps give us a couple of showers. But there is an alert day in the forecast for Saturday. It's going to be a breezy and cold day with high temperatures only around 40 degrees with occasional rain, but we could see a mixture of rain and snow, especially in areas north of Madison where temperatures might only stay in the mid to upper 30s. At this point, I'm not looking for anything that would stick to the ground, but the Crazy Legs Classic on Saturday, it's going to be a chilly one. Look for rain and snow showers. Temperatures starting out in the mid 30s by the beginning, by 8 a.m. and by noon, only getting up to just shy of 40 degrees, and that brisk wind will also add a chill to the air. Now, if we look at the computer model forecast, looking at perhaps about 3/4 of an inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin over that time period. The snow threat, if there is, it shows an inch in Madison. I think this might be a little bit farther to the north, and this would not be snow that probably would stick to the ground. It would be snow that kind of melts as it falls. So again, I'm not looking with temperatures around 40 degrees to have any snow accumulations, maybe a little bit on grassy areas north of Madison, and that should melt pretty quickly. The time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville earlier showed a few clouds moving on through. Actually, this is the wrong one. That was from last week. Don't worry about that. We didn't have any rain today. The live view from the WISC Skycam, that looks a lot better. Lots of sunshine and temperatures that are very comfortable. The Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison showing plenty of sunshine as well. As we check out the almanac for today, our high temperature 66, the low 38. So you can see just a little bit above the averages of 61 and 39 when you average the temperature out for the day. It's 63 right now with mostly sunny skies. Winds are out of the south at 17 miles per hour, but the air is pretty dry. Humidity at 38%. Temperatures right now across Wisconsin Wisconsin, generally in the 60s, around 70 in the western part of the state, even Superior is at 72 degrees, whereas closer to Lake Michigan, a bit of a lake breeze there, keeping temperatures closer to the 60-degree mark. Those winds generally now out of the south here, but you can see a southeasterly component close to Lake Michigan. That's why the temperatures are a little cooler there. And then to our north and west, notice those winds shifting around to a northwesterly direction. That will move in for tomorrow, and by Friday, temperatures will be back down a little bit cooler. Upper level winds right now from west to east across the northern part of the United States. The next weather system, like I say, coming in from the west will bring us a couple of scattered showers for tomorrow, and then a storm system will pass to our south over the weekend, and we'll be on the northern side or the chilly side of the storm, and that's what will keep our temperatures cool. Right now, temperatures pretty nice across much of the Midwest, 60s and 70s for the most part, except where there's cloud cover. Temperatures are held down there in the 50s. And as we take a look at future track, you can see for tonight, generally clear skies. The next weather system coming on through, perhaps a couple of showers tomorrow. Then we'll clear out for tomorrow night. Friday should be a nice day, but winds will be from the northwest, so it'll be a little cooler. Then here comes that next weather system, and as this comes in by Saturday morning, notice the mixture of rain and snow on the northern edges of that. This will probably be shifting a little farther to the north. I don't think the snow will be more into southern Wisconsin. It'll be more like areas north of Madison. From Madison southward, it'll be primarily rain. Temperatures for the most part will be chilly as we head into Saturday. So for tonight, look for skies to turn mostly clear. It'll be milder with a low of 46. Tomorrow, variably cloudy skies, a chance for a shower. High temperature topping out at 68 degrees. On future track, in clear skies for much of the night tonight, temperatures dropping into the middle 40s. High temperatures tomorrow will top out in the upper 60s. Again, those showers coming through. They should be out of here by tomorrow evening. We'll clear out tomorrow night with low temperatures in the lower 40s. And Friday, look for sunny skies. Temperatures will eventually be up into the lower 60s. As we check out the 7 to 10 day forecast, again, a very chilly day on Saturday. High temperature only at 40 with rain mixed with snow north of Madison. 54 on Sunday. Then some rain chances early next week, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms. Warmer weather expected for the end of next week. As we take a look at first alert traffic, the Beltline right now not looking in pretty good shape. We've got some delays right now on the eastbound Beltline beginning around Monona Drive and extending back to west of Verona Road. Westbound, the delays start around Fish Hatchery Road and go to near John Nolan Drive. It's almost a half, actually, it's right around a half hour in both directions. Eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 26 minutes. 32 minutes back in the westbound direction. And then as you head out of Madison, it's 27 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 and 20 minutes to Sauk City on US 12 and 20 minutes to Sun Prairie on US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Alert Traffic.
Thank you, Gary.
Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, insulin prices are skyrocketing. How lawmakers are responding. The story after a short break. More than 7 million Americans depend on insulin to stabilize their blood sugar.
A new report shows many of them are struggling to pay for medication that would cost far less outside of the U.S. Natalie Brand has the story.
Bronte Fulner was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when she was 8 years old. Now 13, she uses an insulin pump to keep her blood sugar at safe levels.
It's so critical that I have insulin at all times.
Fulner joined Maryland Democrat Elijah Cummings to release the findings of a congressional committee staff report exploring the skyrocketing cost of diabetes medications.
For seniors and other Medicare beneficiaries in our congressional district, the cost of a widely used insulin would be 92% lower, listen to this, at Australian prices, 82% lower at UK prices.
Cummings says that's in part because Medicare is not allowed to negotiate directly with drug makers. After years of hefty price increases, some patients are skipping or rationing their medication.
They will tell me that they're not buying the insulin because they need to buy their food.
Lawmakers have held a series of hearings on the issue, with both parties demanding answers from pharmaceutical companies.
If you think you can, just out-talk us without any transparency, without any accountability, I just want you to know your days are numbered.
Drug makers blame the troubled healthcare system plus the cost of innovation. Some have made moves to lower prices, but frustrated lawmakers say it's a life and death problem that needs a better cure. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And we'll have another check your forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
Here's a look at some of the stories we are working on tonight. Measles cases hit a 25-year high. The disease was declared eliminated in 2000. The widow of a New York City firefighter and Marine who died in Afghanistan this month is speaking publicly for the first time since he died. We have that exclusive interview. And the man who's winning Jeopardy at a faster clip than anyone ever before. It's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
A 3-year-old bulldog has been crowned the winner of Drake University's annual Beautiful Bulldog Contest.
The university says Bo won over the judges on Monday with a winning personality, an easygoing manner, and good looks.
He is good looking.
He lives in Urbandale, Iowa, with owners TJ and Angela McKenzie and their 3 children. The English Bulldog, of course, is the Drake mascot. It was the 40th contest and served as the unofficial start to this week's Drake Relays track meet. The athletic competition gets underway today with the men's decathlon and the women's heptathlon.
Bulldogs are kind of cute.
They
in their
very
own little way, aren't they? He looks like a charming bulldog. Let's go to Gary Canaldi. Final check of the forecast.
Pretty nice out there right now. Temperatures are very comfortable. We're at 63 degrees right now in Madison. A few places out to the west close to 70 degrees. Tomorrow, 68, 62 on Friday. But look at that 40 for Saturday before we warm up again later next week.
Well, all right, we're going to have more updates in 30 minutes on News 3 now at 6. Stay tuned for the CBS Evening News.